Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl Sasha Banks, legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife.
Marie.
And you are going in SmackDown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
Yeah, welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever fine podcasts are. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notify bell next to it.
Yes, please.
Make sure you're always getting your new Going In Raw content. We're also available in the audio realm anywhere podcasts can be found. However, we have a fantastic partnership with CastBox. Be sure to download CastBox for free to iOS or Android devices. Look up Going In Raw, hit that subscribe button, and then, hey, maybe even leave us a comment.
Yes.
I had to talk to Graham Maloney today on Twitter and say, hey, friendo, because he was like, we're on the road to 2,000 comments. I said, no.
No more of that.
Oh, no. And then he just left the last comment. He said, Graham Maloney will return. I don't know when. I don't know how, but I will return.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
And I'll read another one here. Eric Griffiths.
Again, his heart is in the right place.
Says, the road to 10,000 comments has begun.
10,000?
Oh, man.
Wow. We got a way to go before that's going to be a reality.
A lot of it's up to Graham Maloney. We don't want that, Graham Maloney. We want legitimacy. That's what we want. I want real numbers.
We don't want to paper our comment section.
That's right. We're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Stephen Larson. It's the best way to watch us ad-free. If you're watching us on YouTube and you don't have YouTube Premium and you're tired of all these damn ads we have to run to pay them bills, well, hey, all you got to do is kick in $1 a month at patreon.com/Stephen Larson. And then you can
help us pay our bills that way.
You can watch us, and you can watch us ad-free. All Stephen Larson, always. No intro with Undisputed Era. I'm making y'all wait till Monday.
Not today, but it does exist.
It exists. It's totally on my computer somewhere, and it's in the cloud. So like, if my computer like gets destroyed. I totally have it.
And I have it too.
It's available. Oh, you have it? Oh, that's right. You have it too. I have it. You have it.
It's triple backed up.
It's like, at least.
So we're good. We're good.
Thanks to everybody for all the kind words about the Undisputed Era
you were
interview.
Going on about how embarrassing it was, and as soon as I saw it, I texted you. It's like, this is fine. It's not bad at all. There's nothing wrong with it.
So it's okay. So
it's just short. That's the only thing.
I'll mention one thing. I'll mention a couple things, and then I'll tell the story behind it, and then we'll get to our review. Because it's NXT 205 Live, who cares? People are watching this. If you're watching this show, you're a true friendo.
Yeah,
you're
really dedicated to WWE's product too.
So you're cool if
more so than Vince probably is.
If I give a little experiential piece.
Yeah, by all means. Embargo's up, so you can say whatever you want now.
So, number one, a lot of people pointed out, and some people speculated that the reason why I was poo-pooing the interview so much is because of this and Kyle O'Reilly. I had my hand on his shoulder, the duration, right?
The vast majority, yeah.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't know that. I didn't realize it. I'm kind of a touchy guy, to be honest with you. Like if I not with you, because I know you're weird, but like when I see people or run into them, I do the hand over the shoulder stuff. And I felt comfortable enough immediately with the Undisputed Era to do that, and I didn't even think about it. So that's not the reason. The main reason why I was so, and you got it half right, I'll say. You said you're just upset that you had a lack of preparation. I had no idea the Undisputed Era was going to be there. I think I already told the story to the patrons, but I'll tell it to everybody here. The setup was this, and I won't go into like super detail because it'll take forever.
After Steve tells the story, we'll read super chats. Don't worry, Levi. Don't worry.
Yeah, you'll get it. So the deal was this. They brought us into the Performance Center, and this will be all in the vlog come Sunday. I think I'm going to put up Sunday. They brought us into the Performance Center. We got to walk through the gym, the Performance Center gym, where the entire roster, well, no, not the entire, like the main event was. Alistair was there. The entire Undisputed Era was there. Ciampa was there. Gargano was there, all just working out. We got to walk through that. So that was awesome. And this is all for the 2K19 stuff. They had all the gaming stations set up where all the rings are in the performance center. So we go through to the actual ring area, and it's huge. And you've got everybody in the mid-card and tag division. Well, everybody in the mid-card and developmental house show loop were in one of the rings having a big sort of 10 to 15 man scrum. Like, it was like a battle royal kind of going on. They were just practicing their reps, I guess. Mm-hmm. In another ring, there was the entire women's division. Io Shirai was there. Kairi was there. Everybody except for Shayna, who was one of the guests. Mm-hmm. In another ring, there was a tag match. I think it was War Machine and maybe Lurkin and Birch, maybe. Mm. They were working out a match of some sort. Didn't know exactly what was going on there, but they were working out something. And at that point, when I saw that, I was like, well, no wonder the TakeOver matches are so good. Because they literally just have all this time
to work things
out, to put these matches together, and to see it happen really hit me on that. I was like, oh man, well, no wonder they can't do that on the road for like main roster. So they brought us to an empty ring where there was like a floor of chairs, and it was like 30 chairs. There was about 30 YouTubers there and media people like me. So we all sat down, and they put on a mini NXT card for us. The first match was Street Profits versus The Mighty. I was just front row for an NXT card. So that just happened. Street Profits went over. It was so much fun. While the matches were happening, on the other side of the ring was the entire NXT roster lined up watching from the other side. And so I'm just sitting there watching all of them, and I was sneaking some pictures. I didn't film any of that stuff. I don't think we were supposed to film any of that stuff. They were kind of vague on what to film, but I always err on the side of like not pissing anybody off. Mm-hmm. I snuck some pictures for you though.
Yeah.
So we got that. We got after that was Lacey Evans versus Lacey Lane. Lacey Evans went over, and then the final match was Cassius Ohno versus Stacy Irwin Jr. or Irvin Jr. Who's like a brand new guy. He was, I think, a gymnast of some sort at like Michigan State, I think. And they're really high on him. He's only been at the Performance Center for like 2 months, and this was literally his first match.
Oh, wow.
The kid is good. He's super good, like super athletic. He can sell like crazy. Like Cassius Ohno was doling out, as you know, elbows and kicks, and this kid was just eating everything. And like when he was eating them, everybody in the back, like I was looking at Ciampa, and he was marking out big time,
that's cool.
Which was crazy to see. Otis was hilarious. He was sitting there whenever a theme song would come on, he would start doing a dance to it. It was pretty funny. And so all that went down. Then the devs come out, and they bring the scheduled interview, the people who were there to be scheduled to do interviews. And it was Cesaro, Carmella, Shinsuke, and Shayna. And so they all come out.
Joe.
No, Joe was later.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Joe and the Iconic showed up later. So it was those. Oh, and Cesaro. So it was those five. They came out and they said, "Okay, we're gonna. If you look behind you, there's some stations. We're gonna go and view some of the entrances of the people that are here." So everybody turns around and starts doing that, and I'm like, I don't really care about that. I'll get my interviews later. I look behind me, and there's like a bunch of stations over on the other side. And at one of the stations was the Undisputed Era. Cole was sitting down, and he was like getting a stick, but he wasn't really playing or anything. And the other two were sort of standing there. And I look, and I pull one of the 2K guys over, and I'm like, can I just go set up my stuff? And he was like, yeah, of course, go ahead. I was like, okay. And so I go over there, and I'm like, okay, Steve, this is what you're here for. The only thing that was running through my head was get an intro. But then I was like, okay, well, you got to do an interview first, right?
Yeah.
So now this is a learning moment right here, because what I should have done was, okay, take 2 seconds. But then I noticed like people started to trickle over, and I was like, I need to get this now. This has to happen right now. So what I did, I turned on my camera, I hit record, and I went over there and I tapped Kyle on the shoulder. I'm obsessed with Kyle's shoulder apparently. And I said, hey guys, would you be cool to do an interview? And they were all like, yeah, of course. Right. This was awesome. Tony Pizza Guy, God bless his soul, because I had this like really tiny crappy tripod.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, you want me to hold the camera for you? I was like, yes, you're awesome. So he held the camera for me, and I just started rambling away. And that's what you saw in the interview, right? And then I got them to do the intro at the very end. I felt great about it. Did some other interviews. Got back to the hotel, and at that point, I was like, "Wow!" There were so many questions that I could have asked them that I didn't. That we've talked about endlessly.
Oh yeah.
How's Bobby Fish doing? When is he coming back? Are you going to freebird the titles? Kevin Owens, undisputed, yay or nay? So there was like a bunch. And then when Adam Cole threw to me that he was like, you're not going to be laughing when I get the NXT championship. Why my journalistic brain, which doesn't exist,
you're not a journalist, no,
didn't say, whoa, hold on a second. You're saying that you're going to go for the NXT championship right now? You're not going to try to rematch for the North American title? You're not going to do that's your next goal. What's next for Adam Cole is a perfect question.
Yeah.
So why I didn't get on, and that's just a learning moment. It's not preparation because I couldn't be prepared for them because I didn't know they were going to be there.
Well, that's what I mean. If you knew they were going to be there, then you could have prepared for them and had those questions ready to go.
It was just a matter of improv. It was like, in the moment when you're doing that, you need to be prepared for anything. And so I could have either texted you, I could have got on the Patreon and said, because everybody on the Patreon's super quick.
Yeah.
Hey, I got the Undisputed Era in front of me. What questions do you want to ask? And then I could have read their names to the Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
So there are a number of ways that I could have gone about it. Yeah, the interview isn't shitty.
No, it's fine. It's just a little short.
But yeah, no, I think, it's the questions. The questions could have been better, and that's the thing. So yeah. So anyways.
All right, let's get these super chats here. There's two of them. Levi Spencer. Oh, hey, look, Steve finally took his hand off Kyle O'Reilly's shoulder.
It took me a while, but I did eventually.
And then Josh Little says, Adam Mayhem is not undisputed.
I should have had them say that as well, but I did not. So, yeah. Anyways.
Apparently, I'm not undisputed either.
That's what they said. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah.
You are not undisputed.
Not undisputed, I guess.
Forever will be your tag. So anyways, you want to talk about wrestling?
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay. 205 Live. Really good. Both these episodes
Yeah,
are
they
really
were
good.
really both really good shows.
Yeah. Couple of killer main events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they gave both main events a ton of time,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm always in favor of. Let's start from the top. Sorry, I'm just tired. 2 days in a row I haven't slept well.
Man, what's up
Next
with
will
that?
kill me. There's a lot going on.
Man.
We got all this stuff we got to get up. I got house stuff I'm dealing with. There's just a lot going on.
Okay. All right. Well,
yeah, I'm just saying. It's not an excuse for anything.
okay.
I'm just saying. Sort of like you provided context for your interview. I'm providing context for the reason I'm over here half asleep.
Okay. Well, let's truck on. The first match was TJP versus Lince Dorado.
Yeah.
TJP's kind of a prick.
Well, that's his character, yeah.
He ripped off Lince Dorado's mask in this
But
match.
if you pay attention, he told them he was going to do it before he did it.
Yeah. Well, I guess he telegraphed it then. This is a really fun match, though. I mean, it's TJP and Lince Dorado. Of course, it's going to be a fun match.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and Lince was doling out some chops, man.
Yeah.
And
It's best move in wrestling.
TJP was freaking bleeding at the chest.
Oh, yeah, he had a laceration here.
Yeah.
Red all across here.
That was nasty. And then, yeah, to get the win, TJP ripped off his mask and rolled him
I know,
up.
that was pretty funny.
I mean, it's kind of, that is sort of the Achilles heel for any luchador, if they're not into exposing the facha, is tearing off that mask.
Yeah.
So good for him. He seemed no remorse either.
No,
He was
totally fine
he was
with it.
totally fine doing that.
I had
yeah.
no idea Lince Dorado had no hair.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I always pictured him as being like a really, really fit version of Ulysses. Because if you look at his mouth, he kind of looks like him.
A little bit, I can see that.
But Ulysses has hair, I think, most of the time. I haven't seen him lately. But yeah, Lince Dorado. So it looks like TJP. And then didn't TJP steal one of the noisemaker things?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's his now.
So we're going to get, who's going to be his tag team partner now?
He got a fight bonus.
Who's going to be his tag team partner now that apparently he's feuding with Lucha House Party? Speculate. Yeah, I don't know either.
There's nobody obvious, huh?
No. Hold, please.
Unless they bring somebody up from NXT.
You know who they'd bring
I
up.
wonder if any, I wonder if they're even going to bring anybody else in from NXT to 205 Live. it's such a. It feels like it's on. Like they have killer matches, but does it feel to you that the writing's a bit on the wall? Like this move to Wednesdays, which seems to be, nobody said that it's temporary, so I imagine it's as permanent as it could be, as sort of a block of 205 Live and NXT. If it doesn't start performing, I really wonder if it's on the way out. Or if the budget for it is so low.
It could be since they tape it along with SmackDown. I mean, they don't have to hire any additional production crew. They've got to pay them an extra hour.
Yeah.
Looking at the 205 Live roster, there's really no one.
Nobody unaffiliated right now.
Unless they bring Arya Daivari back.
Oh
team with
yeah,
TJP.
they were like, that's gonna be it. They had those.
Nobody else.
They had those little vignettes with him. Remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Where he was running from authorities.
Yeah.
He was like running. I like those.
Yeah.
There's only like 2 of them.
Yeah, he's good.
He's really good. Yeah, that's your guy. That's the man.
That's literally the only person it could be on this roster. Everybody else is involved in something.
I would like that. I would like that for him. I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, we had Lio Rush and Drake Maverick backstage. Drake was giving Lio the business about not having his match as scheduled tonight. And he says, I hope your business with Bob Lashley over on Raw isn't taking you away from your obligations here on 205 Live. Lio Rush brought up...
I've seen you there doing what you're doing with Authors of Pain. You got your army gear on with the Authors of Pain. I can do that too with Bob Lashley.
Yeah.
Drake Maverick.
Drake says, I don't care. Be here. You have your match against... who's against?
Noam Dar.
Noam Dar, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Next week.
And
then Leo paused for a second and said, all right. That's good. I'll see you next week. I'll see Noam Dar next week.
There's something very disconcerting when Lio Rush acquiesces so soon when he does. He doesn't put up much of a fight, so you're like, oh, God, what's this guy going to do?
I know.
He's going to do something, man.
But then he always does it with a smile, which makes you think, oh, there's way more going on there.
Even more. Yeah, even more so. Exactly. Yep. So, yeah. No, I like that little segment. I like that the two guys that are moonlighting on Raw are keeping that kayfabe in 205 Live.
Yeah.
I like that.
I was kind of hoping that maybe they'd carry over the storyline a little bit on Raw, have some sort of Bob Lashley AOP situation on Raw. Just
that could be good.
Like, say, Leo keeps no showing matches on 205 Live. Then next we had Drake Maverick talk to Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali says, it was great to be back, even if it was just a warm-up match. Give me Hideo Itami. Drake says, I don't know, so soon after injury, after you're hospitalized. I'm just messing with you. You get Hideo Itami next week.
Yeah,
You're trying to swerve him a little bit.
It's not a great joke to play when you're messing with a guy's career.
No.
Like,
and if he's been medically cleared, then why are you jerking him around, Drake Maverick?
Yeah, right?
That's the heart of 205 Live right there.
Gonna give him a heart attack. Yeah, Drake Maverick is you remember I used to sing his praises as like best GM?
He's obviously distracted by his other commitments.
I don't think he's best GM. I'll be honest with you.
Paige
Well, no, Paige is number one.
Best GM.
But between Regal's a mess. Regal's like a step above Kurt Angle, to be honest with you, because everything Regal does is based off of his temperament. Everything he does. Yeah. Kurt Angle is just confused all the time.
And every one of his interrogation sessions lately end like this.
And who was that dude next to him?
That guy. The guy closes his binder up.
They're getting nowhere.
Aren't there police in Orlando?
Yes!
Isn't there security on campus at Full Sail? There's authorities that should be handling this. This should not be Regal's job.
No, and he looks exhausted.
Well, he always looks that way.
Which he always does. Unless he's doing like a women's division contract match. He always looks tickled, because he doesn't have to deal with the dingbat guys, But yeah, anyways. Yeah, no, Drake has fallen off for me. Now it's Paige and it's Baron solidly at number 2. And even Baron's climbing up. He's nipping at Paige's heels.
Yeah, Baron surprisingly isn't the least bit inept.
No, he's very good at his job.
He's pretty capable. I mean, he puts himself first, but he's a heel GM, so he's supposed to do that.
But he put himself first in a wildly entertaining match.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
No, Baron's a great...
But Paige so far and away.
Oh, dude.
Excellent at her job in basically every capacity.
Look at how great SmackDown is. That's all because of Paige.
Yeah.
Kayfabe.
Yeah.
So yeah, next week we get Mustafa Ali versus Hideo Itami.
As well as Leo Rush versus Noam Dar. Should be another awesome episode.
Yeah. And then we had our main event. That was it. And then we had our main event. So
Yeah.
it was like
only 2 matches for the whole night.
tons of time for
So it was
this
about a
main
half
event.
hour for the main event.
Yeah.
And they packed a lot in.
Yeah, they did.
Early on, Cedric was trying to compete with Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of map-based stuff. He had the upper hand pretty early, though.
Mm-hmm.
Cedric did. And it wasn't until like Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick trying to get involved a little bit on the outside. At one point, Brian Kendrick tripped up Cedric. The ref, Danilo the ref, saw it, kicked Kendrick and Gallagher out of the ringside area.
There's nothing better than a ref, especially Danilo, the way he did it. You and you.
But they took 2 steps back.
Winds up. Out of here.
You're outta
Oh,
here.
that's so
It's
satisfying.
very satisfying.
I'd like to kick somebody out of a place at some point. That's how I would do it.
You tried that with it.
You?
You tried that with Adam Mayhem. It didn't work.
He was never here for me to do that. Oh, yeah, during the first episode. Yeah, I should have gone you, but then you're there making it all awkward, interfering with my authority.
You have no authority.
I have 50% authority. That's the problem, is that you have the other 50%.
No, that's good.
You
So you don't abuse your power.
out of here.
Because
If
you
weren't
would.
here- If you weren't here, I'd have had 100%. And then I'd have been like, you?
See, I'm like the Page,
You're outta here.
and you're like the Kurt Angle in terms of the operational stuff.
No, I'll accept Kurt Angle for sure because I'm confused half the time. I think I'm going crazy. You're the most William Regal person there is in terms of GMs. Are you kidding me?
That was
You
just
come up in
yesterday.
here with you literally said today, I'm so tired.
Yeah, I am tired.
So exactly. So how was that just yesterday? That's literally just happened
yesterday.
10 minutes ago.
Yesterday too.
All right, William Regal.
All right,
That's a compliment. I would love to be referred to as William
still
Regal.
improvement over Kurt Angle's drop performance as GM of Raw.
I mean, you're better than Drake Maverick.
Yeah.
So that's good.
That's good.
Good for you. Anyways. So yeah. Steve's dream job is umpire. Yeah, there you go.
There's this great spot which was gifted endlessly on Twitter or shared endlessly on Twitter, where Cedric tries to suplex Drew Gulak out of the ring onto the floor. Drew lands on his feet on the floor.
I'm sorry. I'm getting so much shit from the shoulder thing. Warren Watkins. I don't know if Steve would kick someone out, but I bet it would involve his hand resting on their shoulder. Oh, God. It's going to be a thing now.
Yep. But Drew lands on his feet on the floor, and like Cedric just kind of rolls over him. So he lands on his feet as well.
It was cartoonish is what it was.
And then he suplexes Drew on the floor. The balance showed by both of them. Incredible.
I wanted to see them continue the
Just over and over and over,
Just
all
back
the way
to-
up the
to the
ramp
back.
backstage.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly, to the back.
That could have been pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
Action gets back inside the ring after a little bit. Drew sinks in the Gulak, and this is when things kind of change a little bit. Drew kind of gains the upper hand. However, Cedric gets to the ropes, does not tap out.
Yeah.
Drew had the Gulak on thrice.
Yeah.
Twice on the mat, once on the ropes. Could not get Cedric to tap. And Cedric wouldn't pass out. At one point, Drew went to the top rope.
Yeah.
He ain't lying. He's high flying.
Yeah, this was great.
He
And commentary made a huge deal about it.
Yeah. Well, he made a deal about it, too, when he got to the top of the rope. He didn't do the thing where he used to climb up there and have his knees shake.
Yeah, no, he didn't do
He got
that.
up there with confidence, but still at the same time looked around a bit
Yeah.
to kind of gauge the acceptance level of the audience.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what I loved about it. It wasn't that he was freaked out so his knee started going. It was, I'm totally being a hypocrite right now, but I really want that title. I
Yeah.
loved that.
Yeah.
I loved that so much.
So he hits a shoulder tackle. I thought Cedric was like trying to reverse it into a Spanish fly. His cell.
Yeah, I know.
His cell.
Yeah.
He just flipped in the air.
Yeah.
But he kicks out at 2. Again, another Gulak attempt from Drew. Cedric muscles out of it. And the finish saw Cedric hit his back elbow, follow that up with a lumbar check. He muscled Drew up.
That was I don't know if it was they were just going too long and Drew was it seemed more mistiming because when both guys go up, it seemed like he went up as he was going up, Drew was going down to go up. You know what I mean? Like it just seemed But yeah, he didn't care. He muscled him up for one of the more visceral looking lumbar checks. And got the win. Bummed out. I am bummed out. It was a terrific match. I think the fact that Drew compromised his own principles to go high It would have been great for him to have won the title, and there's kind of a story for you as well.
Where's the whiteboard marker? You have it over there? No? Anyways. Disregard all this, no.
Yeah.
Not happening. Buddy Murphy versus Cedric. Super Showdown. That's happening. Anyways, continue. You're upset that Drew lost.
Well, I think I think it's time for there to be a bit of intrigue behind the title. Buddy Murphy's not taking that off. I'd be super surprised if he took that at Super Showdown. I'd be like supremely surprised. Yeah, no, man. I think Drew is the best thing going in 205 Live right now. I say that even being a huge fan of Lio Rush. I think that Drew Gulak is the best thing to be going on in 205 Live right now. Makes perfect sense for him to be on Raw anyways, which apparently, according to
Cage Side Seats.
Cage Side Seats, thank you. There was nothing.
No, it was something else. It was on Ringside News I saw, but I don't remember their source.
In any event, according to one of the dirt sheets, Drew Gulak showing up on Raw was nothing more than just an extra body that was available, which is a drag because I think he's great. I think he's the best thing going right now on 205 Live, and I think it would be amazing for him to pick that. I think it would have done so much for that scene to have Drew get that title, to have Cedric have to do some soul searching. I don't think you need a dominant champion right now, especially given that I don't know if Lio Rush is even going to be going after that title, because I think they probably realized if they didn't before, they do now after his appearance on Raw. That's the priority for Lio Rush, because getting that entire crowd to gasp like that, that's where the money is. So I'm not sure how much longer he's going to be on 205 Live. I could be completely wrong about that. I think it'd be if they want 205 Live to succeed at all, Lio Rush is going to be a major component of that. But
here's the thing: after all the upheaval on 205 Live before Triple H took over, you know, the ascendance of Enzo as top guy on 205 Live, maybe in Triple H's mind, he's like, I want stability. I want someone I know I can build my show around. And with that, he decided, okay, I want someone to hold this title for a while, because it makes your show inherently more stable. There's not a whole lot of stuff. You can build storylines around this one central figure, and he can carry the belt and build him up so whenever he does lose the belt, it's a huge event. That's what I'm guessing they're doing with Cedric. You can count on Cedric to put on awesome matches. Whether he's not given a lot to work with character-wise or he's not bringing a whole lot to the table, nonetheless, he's not going to stall any momentum based on what he's doing on the mic. And I think his in-ring performance makes up for a lot of that anyways, especially in a show like 205 Live where it's not as character-focused as, say, Raw is. That would be my speculation. I wouldn't be surprised if he held that belt for one whole year. Doesn't drop it till Mania.
You're probably right. That probably is the way they're going.
I mean, they have their foundational pieces. They have Cedric. They have Mustafa Ali. They have Drew Gulak now.
They don't have anybody else in the realm of Drew Gulak that could come close to being legitimate enough to take on Cedric.
Not right now, no.
They don't. And I think while you're building up, if they're going to go in the direction of Lio Rush, while you're building up Lio Rush, while you're building up, I guess maybe Mustafa is another challenger down the line at Mania, maybe. Pass it on to the Heart, maybe. I don't know. While you're building up other people, I think it would behoove them to have a feud with Drew Gulak, a guy who you can also count on for stability. Cedric is great. He's absolutely fantastic. I just think that it wouldn't harm Cedric at all to get into a thing where he drops the title, because here's the thing. It's been a while. It has been a while. You've
5 months, 5.5 months.
You've achieved that stability. So that would have been huge. But, I'm not going to argue with having just a stellar, clean finish match. I'm not going to argue with that at all. I just hope.
More we got the main event for NXT.
Because here's also kind of. Because here's also kind of the thing is that I guess you can now what's next for Drew? What do you think is next for Drew? I mean, it's got to be Mustafa Ali after he's done with Hideo Itami. Because I mean, who else really is there? There are no other top faces on 205 Live beyond Mustafa Ali. They more or less dispatched of Akira Tozawa. He's not even on TV anymore.
Maybe after Noam Dar is done with Leo Rush. Maybe.
Yeah, that could be.
I don't know who else, though. We've seen Drew and Mustafa Ali a lot, though.
You have, I know.
So,
I know, and that's sort of my point,
So I don't know if they're going to go back to that, how they're going to keep it fresh in any way. I don't know.
One thing I'm thoroughly convinced of, though, is that Johnny Gargano is never going to sniff 205 Live.
Yeah.
I used to think, he'd be a fit there, but the way they've handled him over the past couple months, he's going to main roster.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a shit how small he is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I thoroughly believe that one.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
But I don't. But then who else in NXT? Who is in NXT that could go? That's going to go to 205 Live, or are they going to bring in cruiserweights directly from the international scene?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised they're kind of taking a wait and see approach until.
That could be. Yeah, I wonder if they have like a time frame.
I mean, Ricochet is not going to go to 205 Live.
Oh no.
Only Lorcan maybe.
Boy, but that's a hand. That's not a title guy.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it.
Speeded area. But yeah, no, it was a great match, clean finish. I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah.
And then they turned to an interview with Buddy Murphy and said, "Buddy, so it's set, you versus Cedric, Super Showdown. What are your thoughts?" I totally forgot what he said. What did he say?
No, he kind of said it's my hometown, Melbourne, Australia. I'm gonna win from my hometown. Pretty much it.
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
Pretty.
Pretty much it. Next, NXT show kicked off with tag match. They set the stage for last week. Dakota Kai and Deonna Purrazzo taking on Aaliyah and Lacey Evans. They gave this match a lot of time, and I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was very good. It was very, very good. Let's see. Here we go. Lacey Evans is fantastic.
Aaliyah's really getting comfortable in her new heel persona.
Yeah.
Character-wise.
Yeah. Deonna Purrazzo is really good.
Oh, she's
Dakota
awesome.
Kai is
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
So it looks like Dakota Kai is going to be going to the. Oh, okay. So has it been a while that Pete Dunne's been in the NXT intro? I just noticed him for the first time. I'm sure it's probably been weeks.
I don't know.
I just don't pay attention, but this is the first time I was like, oh, cool. Oh, neat.
Peter
He's
Dunne's
in.
there.
Peter Dunne is there. Very happy
didn't
about that.
notice.
He was totally in the intro. I was
Yeah, I
very
didn't
happy.
notice that. But Dakota Kai was involved in some of the NXT.
UK stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been advertised for that as well. It's like she's in the graphics and stuff
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that. So that's cool. She's great. Deonna Purrazzo's great. I don't know. I'm not sure how long Aaliyah's going to be around. It wouldn't surprise me if she got the big release at some point, though. I just don't know what possible role could they have for her, given how
know.
stacked that division is.
I don't
Like
know.
that division, if any division needs a tag or a mid-belt, it's that.
Mm-hmm.
There is Dave saying. And then
A ton of depth, especially after this second Mae Young
the
Classic.
second
They
man,
signed some more
if they
people.
sign Mia Yim, if they sign, guy whoever else.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Anyways,
in any event, the heels went over here.
Yeah, Lacey Evans hit Dakota Kai with the woman's right.
All
picked up the
sorts
win.
of shenanigans, though.
Yeah, it was really well booked.
Yeah, it was.
Match was really well booked. Ton of time, but the pace never let up.
Yeah. No, the shenanigans were great, though.
Yeah.
After that, we had a Velveteen Dream press conference.
He was talking about his match at TakeOver. They asked what's next. And then someone asked him about the Alistair.
The whodunit.
Yeah, the Alistair Black attack. And he says, why are you here with the Dream? And you ask him about that.
Yeah. He said, that has nothing to do with the Dream.
Mm-hmm.
He said, why do you have a Velveteen Dream interview and you mention somebody else's name or something
Mm-hmm.
like that? And then he stormed off. After that, we had episode 1 of season 2 of the Street Profits mini show.
Yeah.
I forget, what is it called? Do they have a name for it?
I don't remember.
How great. That was Bianca behind the camera, right?
I guess so.
I would think so.
But I thought this was pretty good.
I thought this was great.
Because they're actually they're finally giving some depth to the Street Profits.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It was a little bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't them. It wasn't them.
I liked that they were playing some night ball.
Yeah, I
appreciate
appreciated that.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate that Montez Ford was asked about was the Mighty took his chains.
Yeah.
And he was asked, like, why is that a deal? And he says, those aren't just chains; they're a symbol of what I've had to do to get here. Mm-hmm. And I thought, okay,
that was good.
That was really good.
Yeah. And then there was like a flash of lightning in the background. I was like, was that the night I was there? Because there was so much lightning.
Oh, really?
I think that just happens there.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not coincidental.
No.
It's not just me being there. But no, I really liked it. I liked that it was like sort of at when it was darker at night.
Yeah. And like I said, that's like they were trying to add some dimension to their characters.
It wasn't just them like bugging people on the street awkwardly and
no, it was serious from them.
Montez
I liked
was
it.
in the camera.
Yeah, intense.
Intense.
I thought it was very, very good.
Yeah, it was good.
And everything
She
Montez,
said Bianca. I think it was Bianca.
it probably was. And everything Montez said, I was like, oh, okay. This is great.
She said,
it's all really good stuff, really good material for them to work with.
We just came back from playing basketball. Just said, who won? And they didn't say.
No, they kind of laughed.
Yeah, laughed it off.
And
you
then
guys
the question,
know who won?
And the question about his necklace.
Then we had an actual on the other side. We had a Bianca Belair interview. They interviewed her after her match with Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
I love Bianca Belair.
She's fantastic.
The amount of attitude is so great. It's so great.
Even just her saying, "Oh, Nikki Cross, she's crazy."
Yeah. And
just like the end when she's saying,
I felt it. You know what I mean? I felt it.
But also at the end when she's saying the undefeated thing.
Yeah.
It was both with some arrogance, but also with the realization that Nikki Cross probably wasn't done with her.
Yeah.
And so there was a bit of hesitation in being so braggadocious about it.
Yeah.
Knowing that if she catches Nikki Cross for Bianca's point, the wrong moment, that she'll be undefeated no more. Mm-hmm. Again, depth.
Yeah.
I like when there's depth.
And it just came off as legit, you know? It wasn't playing around. I liked it a lot. NWO Sammy Guevara came out next. Humberto Carrillo versus Jackson Gunner. Gunner's such a great name.
It is.
Why wouldn't they have just gone? This is a terrible name.
It's awful.
It's an awful look. I'm a big fan of Star Trek. Commander Riker. It doesn't matter.
Spelled differently anyway.
There's one Commander Riker. Is it? I thought Riker was with a Y.
No, it's with an I.
I'm always confused about that. Hold on.
Pretty sure it's R-I-K-E-R.
Commander Riker. Oh yeah, look at that. It's with an I. I thought okay, maybe I always try with a Y and then I'm corrected with an I. Anyways. Yeah. What do you think about Gunner?
I mean, he looks great.
He's got a great look to him.
Let me ask you something.
He looks like buff Eric Young. What?
Well, I was going to say this. Am I NWO Jackson Riker or is Jackson Riker NWO Larson? Because after the match, after he won, and he's all intense.
Yeah.
I was watching it, and then that last night after I finished, I was brushing my teeth and looked in the mirror. I was like, oh my gosh, we had the same hairline.
You should try to grow it out.
No. The beard is similar length.
Yeah, okay.
We're approaching it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's a bit of resemblance.
Who's
the NWO version of the other one? I mean, I'm nowhere near as jacked as he is. Not even close. He's like...
Who's more well known? It's kind of a toss-up, right?
Might be Gunner.
Maybe. I don't know. I think you're older, so he came second. So he's NWO Larson.
That doesn't matter.
I mean, isn't it Steve Cutler? That was Steve Cutler. Hey, wait a second. He hangs out with Steve Cutler, though. Or was Steve Cutler NWO me?
No, that was
Skyler and Hollis.
Yeah.
I was Hollis?
I think so.
Oh, no. He's nowhere to be found. So
No.
there's two NWO Larsons on the same team.
Yeah, I know.
That's a little disconcerting.
Yeah.
Too many Larsons. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm willing to, dude. I'm willing to give him a shot.
It's hard to tell really what he has when he's involved in a squash match where his whole strategy is just to overpower somebody.
Right. Yeah.
You can't really tell what kind of wrestling abilities beyond clubbing, blow, power move exist when it's a squash match. When he does move,
this is like me playing 2K.
Scowls
18.
towards camera.
That's what it kind of was.
Yeah.
It was just clubbing, blow, power move, clubbing, blow, power move.
Yeah.
And then curious as to why he's not jumping out of the ring. I didn't make him a high flyer. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
The proof will be in the pudding. I mean, do we need another? Look, I understand that the Forgotten Sons, I get the gimmick is they're vets, which is interesting.
Yeah.
They just look like Sanity. Superficially, they come off like just Sanity left and then they came in.
That's true.
That's totally superficial.
Yeah.
Because they've got the grungy gear, the vests,
The beards.
dudes with beards. And so it's superficially, it's just like generic. It's NWO Sanity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't he just NWO Eric Young at that point?
Yeah, that's true.
Which is kind of you anyways. I guess my concern is this. There's so and maybe not the tag division, I guess. But like there's so much talent being signed that if you're not the cream of the crop, then where are you going to fit in? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Keith Lee and Matt Riddle on the way. But I guess, I don't know, after Mania, which is still 5 months away, 6 months away.
6.5.
If Undisputed Era go up, I mean, Pete Dunne's got to go somewhere at some point.
I think so. I agree. I don't know what kind of niche they're going to be able to carve for themselves in NXT.
Right, yeah.
It seems like they could be another act, especially in the tag division that kind of gets lost in the shuffle and is put in with Heavy Machinery, Street Profits, The Mighty, the kind of mid-lower card of the tag division.
Yeah.
They just all fight each other, trade wins and losses, but no one's ever really built up into anything.
We are getting, I mean, dude, we're getting to the point where it's going to be very obvious within the next 6 months. WWE is going to have to figure out what to do with all these people, with all this talent. They're going to have to let go of some pressure off of a main roster. So, I don't know. Or just instead of NXT like international, just start doing NXT Mid-South.
Yeah.
NXT West Coast.
Pacific Coast.
Yeah, Pacific Coast. That'd be cool.
Next, we had Candice LeRae in Regal's office. She was asking what she may have known about the Aleister Black attack.
She needs to keep to the facts. Because he was like, where was Johnny Gargano?
Well, that was
during
more
the attack?
factual. She was
afterwards.
Yeah.
But then she was starting to snitch on somebody she had no info about.
Well, she said, well, here, look at what happened.
Trying to point
attack
the
from
finger.
behind, vicious, opportunistic. And she says that fits the MO of one Tommaso Ciampa.
Well, she said, who does that remind you of? And
Yeah,
he's
and then-
like, we've already talked to Tommaso Ciampa, and there's no evidence to suggest of any wrongdoing. You can leave now, Candice. And then the dude was next to him. What is that guy? Who is that guy?
I don't know.
Should be Matt Bloom sitting there.
Should be Jeremy Borash.
Oh, I wish it was. That'd be great.
It would be great.
Jeremy Borash.
After that, we had a pretty extensive Ricochet Pete Dunne video recap package. They managed to get a pretty lengthy package over a few that's been building up over 2 weeks. You know?
Yeah,
I know
no,
it's
they
been a little
did.
bit
No,
longer,
they did. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
They made it seem like this has been a slow burn feud that's been going on for at least 8 months.
And it's built up over episodes I haven't seen because it's been the episode that I've been gone for.
Oh, yeah.
I need to catch up on those. But yeah, and they were kind of overselling the champion versus champion aspect of things. They're biggest match in NXT history, champion versus champion. If anybody thought for a second that an actual championship was going to change hands here, then they don't know wrestling very well. That being said, let me ask you something, dude.
What?
Oh, well, before that, so yeah, it was a recap. Then we got that Keith Lee video
That was
package
good.
again. I can listen to that dude talk.
He's got a
all day
great
long.
voice.
When I die, can you see if Keith Lee will do my
Eulogy?
eulogy?
Okay.
Steve here was a wonderful man. Bask in his glory. And then what I want to have happen is a spring-load at that point when he says bask in Steve glory. Spring-loaded casket. You go like that. It goes, brown. And then like it props me up like Aleister Black. I go,
And you just fall out.
right. Everybody freaks out,
Okay.
screams, and runs.
All right. You're pretty much giving your last will right here.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, this is legal.
All right.
And then Alabama's just like, oh, Dad, you're always just a clown.
Yeah.
You know, one last disappointment for my family.
Mm-hmm.
Dead Steve, bloated.
And
And then like a little speaker, Steve here. Oh, it's dark.
that is. Anyways, main event, Ricochet, Pete Dunne.
So now I'll ask you. Was this a waste of a match? Should this have been a real takeover thing where a title changed hands and how
Well,
cool?
a title wasn't going to change hands.
No, I know.
Regardless, this match was on NXT TV or TakeOver. Pete Dunne is only going to lose the United Kingdom title to somebody who's going to be in the United Kingdom division.
Right.
And so long as Pete Dunne is moonlighting between NXT and the United Kingdom division, he is not going to pick up the North American title.
I get that. I totally understand that. It's not the question. The meat of this match was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. Mm-hmm. It was deserving of a match with a clean finish.
I agree. But based on the context in which the match was taking, a clean finish was impossible. Because neither of them are going to lose that. They're going to belt.
I know. I mean, okay, then I'll reframe it this way.
All right.
They should have saved this match. Pete Dunne needs to ditch that UK title.
Yeah, probably should.
You've been the longest reigning champion. It's been like a Lesnar-esque reign for Pete Dunne, except with really good matches.
Yeah.
Because he's not given the opportunity to defend it that often. It's just not. It's fine. Whatever. It is what it is. He needs to drop that damn UK title. At the next TakeOver, then you have this match where he either wins North American Championship or Ricochet puts him down like a dog. But this match clearly was off the charts amazing. I've never seen, so we've seen, especially like in 205 Live with Drew Gulak, right? Mm-hmm. The match where the mat specialist tries to ground the high flyer. Mm-hmm. This was the best version of that story I have ever seen. There were moments when Pete Dunne literally was trying to flatten Ricochet on the ground. It wasn't just let's get him in a bunch of knots, which he did. It was it's not just that you're not high flying. You are literally going to be sandwiched to the ground. This was the best example of that story I've ever seen. It was so good.
Kind of the opposite side of that coin is the story where someone like a high flyer is forced to alter their style, to adapt their style, maybe adopt the style of their opponent, and Ricochet handled that more than capably.
Oh, yeah.
He's a really good mat wrestler.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of sequences where both of them were doing moves and counter moves, and Ricochet was trying to work limbs like Pete Dunne was. In the end, Ricochet had to go back to the athletic high flying stuff.
Yeah.
That's his bread and butter.
Yeah.
But no, he more than held his own in the ground based stuff.
You're not going to beat the Warriors shooting threes.
No.
You know what I mean? That's their game. You have to come at them with your
actually,
game.
the Rockets were. If Chris Paul hadn't got hurt, they might have beat the Warriors shooting threes. It's Daryl Morey basketball, man. 3-and-D.
Yeah. Well, they didn't, so it didn't happen.
Someone got hurt, but yeah, otherwise they might have. But you never know. I understand your general point, though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're the Detroit, if there was a time vortex like Daniel Bryan versus Bryan Danielson, like we played earlier today, and the Detroit Pistons from 2004, all defense, it's basically all they did, took on, and they tried to tried to out three the Warriors. It's not going to happen.
No.
So you got to win with what brought you the dance.
Rip Hamilton was a good shooter, though. He could shoot some threes.
Well, yeah.
So was Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, you got to have at least one guy on the team
they're both
who
really
can
good
shoot the
shooters.
ball. But otherwise,
anyways, fantastic match. Both of them are down. Undisputed Era run out to the ring, attack both of them. Ref throws the match out. Kind of an underwhelming finish to an otherwise really good match. Storyline-wise, I get it. It makes sense. War Raiders come out, make the save. Undisputed Era flees through the crowd.
yeah.
Like I said, it makes sense. It just wasn't terribly satisfying.
Yeah, but I guess even if the scrub finish, the scrub finish was simply there to scrub finish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the scrub finish had some, and I think there's probably a way to do it, if the scrub finish had some amount of depth to it, then it would have been a bit more satisfying, I think. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and fantasy book the end of that match, but it was simply Undisputed Era comes out, and beats up everybody. Match is thrown out.
Yeah.
If there was some other aspect, I mean, they focused on in the recap. They focused on Ricochet and Pete Dunne. I even would have been cool if the scrub finish happened between those two. If there was some sort of DQ between the two of them that led to it. But I mean, the funny thing is,
I know there's other ways to write yourself out of that situation
Yeah.
rather than just doing the obvious, scrub finish.
the thing that I appreciate about the Full Sail crowd is that nobody in that place thought a title change was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And so they all just appreciated what we got.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I appreciated
Yeah,
the
same
match
here.
for what it was.
Totally.
It's just when you go into it. And I had it spoiled for myself anyways because
Same here.
when it was going down, I was actually like, oh, my God, I'm like, how are they going to get out of this one? And then I was really disappointed. I was like, they're usually a bit more creative than that. Just, let's all run out there and match is over. So there's a taping tonight, too. So if you want to avoid spoilers, people,
I like spoilers. I can't wait. I want to know what happens.
I'm that way now, too.
Doesn't bother me.
I'm that way now, too. But many people aren't.
No,
People out there.
that's fine. To each their own.
Yeah. So anyways, before we answer questions, this is something that I have neglected for far too long. And I feel really bad about it. But at the $1 level on the Patreon, you get a shout out on the show. And so I'm going to do today the August patrons. And then tomorrow, before questions, I'm going to do the July patrons. The following day, June, and the day after that, well, next week anyways, I'm going to go back. I think I didn't do back to May. It's been an obscenely long amount of time.
Do you remember if we've done it since we've been here?
Yeah, we have, because I had a backlog back then, too.
Oh.
So anyways, the following names are patrons from the month of August, and we want to say thank you. Backstage Cake Boy Ivan Ramos, Non-News Fanatic Cerberus, Daniel Delora, Thomas Kreitz, The Commentator, Dick Trebuchet, which is, God, that's a great name.
Fantastic name.
Welcome to Tonight with Dick Trebuchet. Tonight's guest. Give me a guess from the 70s, Larson.
Oh, man, I'd say Dick Cavett, but he's the one hosting the show.
No, it's Dick Trebuchet's show. Dick Cavett can be on
I
it.
just said that.
Orson Welles.
All right, there you go.
Next patron, Tony Sabatino, Joshua Jocelyn, Meet Mr. Blue. Oh, Mr. Blue 7. Patron, they do like their emails different now. Mr. Blue 7, Tim, Philip Clay Medina, Karen Rage, and Karen's back. Karen's not just a moderator; she's a patron apparently too.
Nice.
Thanks, Karen. Luke Overstreet. That's another great name.
That's a great name.
Detective Luke Overstreet. Sean Trina, Stias, Sam Bradley, David Herning, Based God, Master of Memes, Blake Whitehouse, Adam Mayhem for Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Great
name.
That's a terrible name.
Great name.
Savvy McFly, Jamie Fonseca, Aske Saltoftilund.
What date are you on?
August 10th.
Okay, you're right.
Richard Hull, Christopher Lewis, Cameron Smith, Dominic Watt, Levi Funderburk, Zenaf, Jason Brady, John Chitt, Gavin Amabile, fuck, I'm so sorry, Gavin. Amabile, Zach Bennett, Luke Norman, Juan Perry, John Foxworthy, Michael Millard, Dorm Streams. That sounds like a porno thing. Moses D. Harden, Dex Goons, Nathan Cote, John Thornton, Skylar Rexwinkle, Caleb Jones, Mr. Helking, Aston Shaw, Cayenne Mangan, Junior Herrera, Eric Ferris, Calvin Hoskins, Darren Ojeda, the CM Punk Hoovian, Tony Nelson, Jaden Stefani, Jarrett Wallace Weld, Goku Johnson, Smurf Galway, penultimate Tommy Wiseau's back.
Yeah.
Michael and Stephanie Garrior. I hope I did that right. Freddie Ace, Get 'em Buck. That was from the 1st September. Those are the August patrons.
Thank you very much, everybody.
And tomorrow I'll do July.
Yeah.
All right.
Question time. Universal Jones. Just want to say proud of you both, but a patron for over 2 years, even if I couldn't give much. But I'm happy to see you all doing well and grow. Thank you very much, Universal Jones.
Thank you very much,
Very much
Universal
appreciated.
Jones. Let me go to the Patreon.
Josh Little, if you could replace each other with any member of Undisputed Era, Who would it be? Like who would you have from Undisputed Era replace me and vice versa?
Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Well, Adam Cole.
He'd have the funnies. Adam Cole would be a suitable replacement for me. We're basically interchangeable in the looks department.
Message retracted. $4.99. Thank you.
Thank you. Message retracted.
Quiet Wyatt. Riker? You mean Stifler?
No.
I
don't know what that means. Quiet
well,
Wyatt.
he thinks Jackson Riker looks like Stifler from American Pie.
Oh, I could kind of see that.
Maybe a little bit.
I could see that. In the eyes, sure, yeah. Horton, here's a new writer. Should WWE bring back the show Tough Enough? Even though the winners don't do anything, it gave us superstars like The Miz, John Morrison, and Velveteen Dream.
Sure.
Yeah. You know what I prefer? I'd prefer them to bring back freaking, what's that docuseries they did?
Breaking Ground.
If they did sort of a combo of Breaking Ground and Tough Enough, like make Tough Enough less cheesy, I'd be down with that. I think it'd be cool.
Italian Stallion, when will we be getting the other 2K interviews? We'll have one a day.
Till Monday.
Through
Monday. Piggy Carnage, who at this point could possibly be the one to dethrone Peter Dune? I have to watch NXT UK. Whenever they air that. Whenever they air that, I have to watch that to figure that out. I don't know.
Trent Seven, maybe? I don't know. I mean, the only guys in that division that could rival the popularity of Pete Dunne or the other members of British Strong Style.
I know.
That's really it.
I know. He's going to have that title a while longer before
they really had to build somebody else up.
Out.
DJ Chicken, hey, friendos, it's my birthday today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, friend.
And can't wait until my shift is over so I can get into beer mode. Can't watch live today because my signal sucks, but more than happy to watch the upload later. Thank you very much, DJ Chicken.
Cool. Aaron Moreno, after last night, Drew Gulak is officially my favorito. When will they put the title on him? And do you think he'd be more successful on Raw or SmackDown, or is 205 Live his best place? He would be killer on SmackDown.
Yeah,
all the wrestlers on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let me ask you this. Give me a tag team partner for Drew Gulak. That'd be killer.
On SmackDown?
Yeah. Let's say he goes into the tag division.
Imagine him and Samoa Joe as a tag team.
Oh, shit. That's good. I like that.
Mike Serwinski. Just watched the Undisputed interview. Larson, you are not undisputed. And that's why I couldn't sleep last night, because I was kept up by that.
Get out of town. You do not care about any of that stuff.
No, I don't. I actually edited that video.
I know, exactly. I appreciate you doing that as well. I didn't want to watch it. Anti-Hamelanian, which one would you have liked to have seen win the champion versus champion match on NXT if you had to choose? If Regal said, and Larson, I'm tasked with booking this match. We need a clean finish. Let me finish, son.
Ricochet. Pete Dunne's had that title long enough.
Your choice is a Ricochet and Peter Dunne.
I'd have Ricochet win.
Boy, Pete Dunne's good, though.
He's great.
Yeah, he's good. Peter Dunne.
And it's more just to get that belt off Pete Dunne so we can go on and do other things. Like challenge Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT title.
Yeah, but what better? Well, that's going to be Adam Cole, confirmed here on Going in Raw. Why do you roll your eyes on that? That's a good one.
Who in NXT does not want to eventually be NXT champion, though?
Okay, but here's the thing. No, I totally agree with you. But who in NXT really makes sense next in line? It's Adam Cole.
Well, he's one to be.
Like, of course, yeah, Conan Reeves is going to say, I want to be NXT champion. Of course you do. Everybody wants to.
Yeah.
That dude, Adam Cole's the only legitimate guy left.
Aleister Black still needs his rematch. That'll happen first.
No, I know. And again, another wasted opportunity. I could have said Adam Cole. You're talking about NXT Championship. You got Aleister Black on his way back. A psychopath has the title. His former partner wants the title. He's trying to be a psychopath. How are you going to come away with that title? A great question. Didn't ask it because I'm an idiot.
No, you're not an idiot. Mario Cisternas. Can I call already that Cedric versus Buddy Murphy will be match of the night at Super Showdown?
That's a good question here.
Silly or not, letting Drew win only because there is a risk of Cedric getting booed. They didn't listen to you, Larson. Yeah.
How big is that? Is that risk?
Silly of not letting.
Cedric is totally going to get booed, right? I mean, that's just how it's got to be.
Yeah, that's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sure he's fine with that. This is a great question. Fat bastard champ Alex Foster. William Regal has called you two into his office. He asks, what were you two doing when Aleister Black was attacked? Let me tell you something, William.
He's probably watching NXT.
Here's the deal. I was sitting in the locker room with my hand on Kyle O'Reilly's shoulder. All right. I'm pretty sure I saw Larson walk out.
Hold on,
the
you weren't
back
in that
door,
car?
Back door.
They're all in the car getting away, and you weren't in it.
Oh, dear. It seems we caught you in a lie, Steve. That's right, I did it. It was me, Regal. It was all me.
And I get a title shot for pointing out the inconsistencies in your story.
Congratulations. You get a title shot, Larson.
Awesome. Hooray for me.
So you will be fighting Kairi Sane coming up in the next takeover.
She'd destroy me. BreakingControllers.com, that 3-hour block last night was insane. Haven't watched Mae Young Classic yet. But
I know. The matches on there.
The gifts I saw are pretty good.
Heck yeah, man.
Pretty good.
Gavin
Pretty good.
Gavin Amabile. Amabile? I think it's Amabile. Sorry, Gavin. If Shawn Michaels were to wrestle either Johnny Gargano or Tommaso Ciampa, which would you rather it be?
Ciampa. Right now it'd be Ciampa.
I'd go with Gargano, man. Johnny wrestling versus the best wrestler, in-ring performer like ever. I'd go with Gargano.
You can't go. There's no wrong answer here.
There's no wrong answer here. You're both correct.
I mean, in pure wrestling terms,
It's down to predilections.
in pure wrestling terms, it'd probably be Gargano in HBK.
Man, could you imagine Ciampa
But
talking
just
about
story?
wanting to put down the old vet?
That's what I'm talking about, man.
That'd be good too.
Story-wise, I think Ciampa would be better. Quiet Wyatt, new stipulation. Winner of both titles has a chance to cash in the Intercontinental title. So say Ricochet won that match. He could go to Raw and cash in on Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins. That'd be interesting. What's going to happen, though?
Okay, Cameron Bortolazzo. Lots of great questions about the whole champion versus champion concept. It's a champion versus champion pay-per-view across the world. Name a men's champion versus champion, a women's champion versus champion, and a tag champion versus tag champion. Could be from any promotion. Give me Tessa Blanchard versus Becky Lynch.
It's Omega versus Styles. That's the men's champion.
Yeah, that's the one right there. That's good. That's really good.
Tag champions. Well, you got Drew and Dolph.
Okay.
No, or New Day. New Day versus Young Bucks.
Oh, man. Are the Young Bucks still IWGP?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Those write themselves.
Yeah.
All great answers.
Robert Laubach. Undertaker explained to Pete Dunne that he shouldn't wear the title in his mouth. Also, sorry for the hard-to-pronounce last name. Undertaker explained to Pete Dunne that he shouldn't wear the title in his mouth.
Peter Dunne, I got a question for you, son. I know you're young, but why do you carry that title in your mouth like that? You look like an asshole. Answer me.
See, Peter Dunne sounds like that if he has a title in his mouth or not.
Why are you a mumbler? Oh, God damn it. You kids are just breaking my soul. My soul in the depths of hell. I'm going to put you down, Shawn Michaels. Look at her.
All right, good time as any to call it show.
I'll put you down.
Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Patrons, stick around for post-show, yay or nay.
Like a dog. Gonna do your best friend.
My word.
Michelle, take your Lady Jim out of where man my tools. Talk to you guys later like a dog.